Yo, you listen to more about something else?
Chef, I got
This
greens
is
for your brain. Have a taste.
Please,
It's the
please, please.
best.
Go check out the website, more about something else. And on this episode, we talk about the cluttered mind. Also, inspiring personality. There's a lot of inspiring going on, a little less doing. Now here's a clip from the show. That nigga clocking himself. So what? There's this one dude that comes to my job all the time, and I'm like, hey, like this part of the retail store is not open. You cannot go there. Yet every morning he'll go there, and I'll tell him, and he's yelling at me, yo, well, the other girl will let me do it. I said, well, my dude, I'm not the other girl, so what's up? Like, people fail to realize that fucking with the wrong person on the wrong day will get their ass whooped. I don't give a fuck. And now that you've heard that, let's begin.
First off, I'm going to have to ask you to go and rate this show, maybe even leave a comment. And you could do that on iTunes or SoundCloud, and for Android users, you can now listen via Google Play. Now, this podcast may contain explicit content, just saying, so open your mind, relax, and listen to this dope-ass podcast.
For thought, coming fresh, I'm the chef. I got greens for your brain, have a taste, it's the best. Food for thought from the flesh, tag along on the quest to find more about something else. Hey, food for thought, coming fresh, I'm the chef. I got greens for your brain, have a taste, it's the best. Food for thought from the flesh, tag along on the quest.
Yeah, people don't understand that, well, they don't understand nothing.
Truth spilling, leaving victims to my honest ways. I come in peaks like an alien from outer space. Internet pirates riding waves on your webpage. Downloading shit, click the link, press play. I don't mean to pray, but I pray every week for myself, for my fam, cause we all gotta eat. Protein, no more sweets. Till I'm caked up on the beach in Belize. Food for thought, coming fresh, I'm the chef. I got greens for your brain, have a taste, it's the best. Food for thought from the flesh, tag along on the quest to find more about something else. Wait, food for thought coming fresh, I'm the chef. I got greens for your brain, have a taste, it's the best. Food for thought from the flesh, tag along on the quest to find more about something else. Wait.
Yo, you listen to more about something else? My name is Joshua, and we're back. We're in the month of March. We're finally in the month of March. I told you guys that February was a blink of the eye. I don't consider February a true month because literally it's like a week. Don't really think about anything. Like the most notable thing about February is Valentine's Day, and you know a nice movie comes out in February, which is Black Panther. But yeah, we're in March. But, you know, first and foremost, I just want to say thank you to you guys. You're listening. You're liking. Yo, if this is your first time, please go rate the show. Go review it. Tell a friend to tell a friend. I really do appreciate shit like that. But yeah, man, you know, things are going good. And I can say that for sure because I'm still here. I'm still breathing. I really don't have any complaints. But besides that, guys, let me be honest with you. You know, I've been talking about doing these challenges and whatnot. And for some reason, I've been struggling. Be very, very honest with you. I don't know why I'm struggling with these things. Because these things are pretty simple. And you know how you start doing something for so long and, you know, you feel like you're doing it every day that it's become a part of you? I don't know. I've lost that drive. But even though I'm struggling to do these challenges every day, I'm still gonna keep doing it. I feel like in the long run, things will be a lot smoother. And what I'm trying to do right now is create habit, because habit brings success. Now, your definition and my definition of success is two different things. But needless to say that we can come to a conclusion that success means something good. And I want something good in my life. But yeah, I'm gonna keep doing what I have to do. And hopefully you guys can be encouraged to challenge yourself to do one thing at least. Like, it doesn't have to be shit that I'm doing. I'm just saying, like, try to do something that will create some type of good in your life. I don't know. You know, I'm just talking. But yeah, man, I really forgot. And I wanted to do this like 2 episodes ago. And I just wanted to show a level of appreciation for Drake. A lot of people talked about it, and I haven't talked about it because other things have been on my mind. But I feel like the six guys should be mentioned in this episode just as a level of appreciation. Now, I don't tolerate Drake slander. I just don't, because yet till this day people have not had a valid point on why they don't like Drake. I understand if you don't like his music, but to me, you can't say that you know that person personally, so you can't say you don't like him. You can't say that, oh, well, he said that he started from the bottom. Well, he had a pool in his backyard. So what? Your favorite rapper talking about taking drugs and getting money and getting bitches. But is he? No. I'm going to show Drake this level of appreciation today because it's not every day that you give back in a viewing way. So I know y'all seen the music video God's Plan. Gave away almost $1 million away. That was his budget for the music video, and he gave it away. Contrary to it being on video, that it was recorded. It might have been, it might have looked staged or whatnot. But yo, what are you doing? If you actually scroll down on comments and look at your TL and look at the comments that people say about shit like this, and they're just like, "Oh, nah, he's faking it." Well, how come your favorite rapper hasn't done that? Your favorite rapper will never do that. And I don't know. I just don't understand that. I'm not saying that Drake is the best person in the world. I mean, I think he is, but I'm not. To you, I'm saying that, I'm not trying to convince you, but yo, it made me kind of teary-eyed because it's just like, yo, you never really know what somebody's going through. And to get stacks of money like that, honestly, I don't feel like money is a resolution, but it seems like when you're in trouble, that's something that could help, and it just looked like it can help from the faces. I mean, from the people and their faces and how they look. The video was supposed to portray a message, and I hope that you guys got the message. It's not gonna hurt you to help somebody. It's not gonna hurt you to show love to somebody. If you see somebody that needs help, it's not gonna hurt you. A candle loses nothing by lighting another candle. Simple, real simple. I don't know. I like the video. I hope you like the video. Like I said, no Drake slander shall prosper on this podcast. No Drake slander shall prosper at all. But hey, it is what it is. All right, so things that bothered me this week. I would like to say that a lot of things bothered me. Well, it's not even that it was a lot of things. It was just key things that bothered me this week, and I'm not really mad about it. I'm just like, it is what it is. The first thing that was most noticeable was, the Safaree video. I woke up and, you get on social media and, everybody's talking about something and you're just like, well, what are they talking about? What could possibly be going wrong with Safaree? Did Safaree get back with Nicki? That's what I was thinking because everybody was talking about it. So, Curious George, little old me, went to the search button, typed in hashtag, then Safaree. And what do you see? Safaree and a nude video. And, it didn't bother me just seeing it. I'm just saying that I just didn't want to see it. I really thought that it was something else. And, like I said, it doesn't bother me. But, I posted on Twitter about something and people were replying. They were just like, oh, you're a hater, ? Insecure, ? I bet you watched the video. I mean, well, yeah, I watched the video. Like, I don't know what to tell you. It was 4 seconds long. So, I mean, it was like a blink of an eye. Yeah. Yo, you guys talking about, oh, well, he gotta be on Safaree's level now. You ain't talking. Nigga, you can't even handle 5 inches. Fuck out of here. And to be a hater, I'm like, what's there to hate on? I feel very confident about myself in that division. So, I mean, there's no need to hate. But yeah, I just find it funny how a lot of people were talking about Safaree was whack. And now, all of a sudden, he's in this category that everybody now wants to fuck. Okay. It's okay. Doesn't really bother me. Like I said, I just don't want to get into that. I didn't want to see that, but it is what it is. You saw it, you lived it, move on. The customer is always right. I hate that. I've worked with retail, customer service, whatever. Like literally anything that concerns a customer or something of that nature, I've dealt with it in the workforce. And, I don't know. It bothers me a lot because, first of all, 2 things I actually want to tackle. When I see like older people or people that get sucked into that whirlwind and they're working there for years, but yet they're still making $9. It doesn't make sense to me, but I don't know what it is about just staying stagnant. That's it. Like maybe that's what it is staying stagnant. All right. But then you get too comfortable working in that. And I'm only bringing this up because there's only so much that I personally can take. I feel like, when talking to customers and whatnot, and they try to tell you something and they say, oh, well, I'm right. Oh, go get your manager. What the fuck does that mean to me? This philosophy that the customer is always right is actually really wrong. The customer is always right in supply and demand. Like, the customer knows what they want. So yes, the customer is right. Like, a company can't tell you this is what the customer wants. The customer can tell the company this is what we want. And the customer, and the company has to supply that. So I don't know where the fuck people get this sense that they're always right. I've seen my managers, and like, this is where I lost a lot of respect for a lot of my managers. When they're kissing ass to the customer, when the customer says, I'm not coming here no more. This place will never get my money ever again. Nigga, so what? So what? I really don't give a fuck. I'll tell you bye. There's been plenty of instances where I've gotten into it with the customer. I don't give a fuck. If the customer is always right, let that nigga clock in himself. So what? There's this one dude that comes to my job all the time, and I'm like, hey, like, this part of the retail store is not open. You cannot go there. Yet every morning he'll go there, and I'll tell him, and he's yelling at me, yo, well, the other girl would let me do it. I said, well, my dude, I'm not the other girl, so what's up? Like, people fail to realize that fucking with the wrong person on the wrong day will get their ass whooped. I don't give a fuck personally. I will clock out. The job does not lose anything, and I don't lose anything, because I'm gonna deliver that ass whooping. My message to the customer, fuck out of here. You're not right. You don't know what the fuck you talking about. If you were so right, go clock in. Plain and simple. Besides that, the last thing that's really bothering me, so I was scrolling down my TL on Instagram, right? And, I saw Black China just happened to, I don't follow her, but just happened to catch my eye, and she was doing one of those Instagram posts that was selling something like fit tummy to your, I think that's what it is. But the product was called Organic Skin Lightener. And if you see how Black China looks like before and after, it's gross. She looks light as fuck, but it's not, I don't know how she did it. I'm not no doctor, but I don't know. I looked at it and I was disgusted. And you know what's crazy in this health conscious era that we're in right now? Is that niggas are buying that shit because it says the word organic. Ain't nothing organic about that. That's weird, first of all. And I'm only bringing this up because I feel like people need to be aware of stuff like that. I don't know. It bothers me just using the word organic. The word organic doesn't actually mean that, it's natural. They may have used one or two natural properties, but that doesn't mean that it's organic. We see a lot of things on these foods that say organic. I don't believe that shit. And a lot of people will disagree that say, oh, well, the government won't allow that to happen. This is fucking America. They don't care about the fucking students. You think that they're gonna fucking care about other people when they buying foods? Money talks. Tyson Chicken has been sued so many times because of the way they do production, but yet they pay the USDA a lot of money so that they can pass by. And yet they getting money on it. But I'm just saying to say, don't fall for that shit when it says organic. Do your motherfucking research. It's not that hard. But, that's the things that bother me this week. On to other things. Right. So I was thinking long and hard about just life, right? Thinking about my life. I'm thinking about just people and people in my life, actually. And then I'm thinking about myself and where I'm supposed to be in my life and why I'm even here. So I question myself, why am I here? And I don't have the answer. I really don't. What the fuck am I doing on this earth? I don't know the answer. But then I go a little bit deeper and I ask, am I living in my own life or am I living in somebody else's life? Because you never actually realize that the way we look at the world, which is perception, that the universe is ours, but yet everything is connected. But still, there's people out there that, I'm never going to look at my best friend, or better yet, I view my best friend a certain way. But my best friend might not view me the same way I view them. Even though we're best friends, we view each other differently. You see what I'm saying? So my best friend is viewing me in a certain light. So is it his world? Am I living in his world? Or is he living in my world? Or what's actually going on? And that's just a question to myself, something that I ask. Because I constantly ask myself, why am I here? It bothers me when I don't really have an answer, but here I am. No love lost, just pondering on things like that. And I throw that question out to you guys because there comes a point in time where you just need to know certain things about yourself, or just try to go back in time and look at the little relationships that you had with people and just see how they were viewed. But yeah, man, 2 questions. I really wonder why dudes propose at the baby shower. To me, I don't understand, because I'm just like, bro, why did you wait until she got pregnant? You know, I really don't understand. And you know, a lot of people can say, well, maybe that's what he wanted to do, or maybe that's when he could afford the ring. Nigga, no. He should have proposed before. You know, it may seem like it's an accident then, because a lot of these pregnancies are accidents. Let's be honest. You didn't. A planned pregnancy doesn't sound about right in this generation right now. But hey, it's a question out there. I don't know. The other question that I had was, why is it so rude to ask somebody how much they make? I don't know. It just seems like people are insecure about how much they make. Bro, if you make money, you make money. You don't have to be insecure about it. I asked somebody and they almost slapped me. What? For what? But hey, I don't know. I truly don't know. Now, I've been having this issue lately. I don't know. I feel like the way I think, it just makes things a lot difficult. And I'm trying to figure out, well, what's the reason, you know? In everything that I do, I just try to find out what the root is. So I was thinking for a long time. And I'm just like, well, what is it really that I can do to change whatever is going on? Now, let me tell you what's going on. I feel like my mind is cluttered with a lot of things that's going on in my life. You know, I'm going to be very transparent. I don't want to be in the same situation I was last year. And that's in all aspects. I just don't. And that bothers me because it's making me nervous, because we're almost at that point where I just felt I was at my most down point in my life. I just don't want to experience that again. So this is what I'm saying. What do I do? My mind is cluttered because I have so many ideas of things that I want to do and things that I want to carry out. So what's the answer? So I've tried to dig down to the root. I've been thinking about it for a long time. But my question is, what do you do when your mind is cluttered? You know, I've been meditating. You know, I tell you guys I've been doing yoga. And I've noticed a level of awareness. You know, that's the one thing that I can say about yoga that I do appreciate. I notice everything that's going on in my body. Like, yoga be kicking my ass for real. But that's to say, just getting it over with, you know, at one point. And that's what I have to learn about myself. And that's what I have to learn about just everything that happens in life. Get it over with, you know. That's just one thing. That's just one aspect of it. But I noticed that my room was dirty. So that's one thing. When your environment is dirty, yeah, your mind is going to be cluttered. That's just the way life is. I don't know how to explain that by itself, you know. There's something psychologically that happens to your brain when you come home to a bed that's made. I don't know, something about that. It feels really good. But that's to say, that's just one issue, you know. That can only fix something until my room gets dirty again. So I don't know. Meditation helps. It truly does help. And I feel like me meditating about this and then me actually doing what I have to do will get me out of this little situation. And, you know, I'm just being transparent with you guys because why not? Hopefully my problems will be extended and you understand that, I don't want anybody to go through this. Now, I said I was at my lowest a year ago. I don't want to say my lowest, but, you know, it was a really trying time, especially with relationships, dealing with people, family, financially. And I don't know. Here I am today to say that I feel so good. I feel like something good is going to happen, or things are going the way it's supposed to go. And, you know, things don't always go the way it's supposed to go. But here we are, still breathing, living. That's why I appreciate a lot of things that goes on. And that's why I say, you just got to believe in yourself. And that's where I am right now, believing in myself. What do you do when your mind is cluttered? You know, I tell a lot of people to, you know, just enjoy nature. But some people don't like going outside. I love the outdoors. I don't know about y'all, but I walk all the time. It's just something about looking into the clouds and getting all your thoughts out. I don't know. Whenever I'm angry, I go play basketball. It's just something about it that, releasing all my anger on the basketball court just feels good to me. These are just examples of things that I do. And I'm only saying this because we want to achieve so much, but we never get a chance to because we allow our minds to be cluttered. So what are you going to do about it? We can sit here and say, oh, it's because of this and oh, it's because of that. But what are you actually going to do? You can change things if you want to change things because you are the future. I'm just saying, you don't even have to listen to something that I have to say, but I'm here to say, look, it's achievable if you want it so bad. Like, you don't understand how hungry I am right now, but life is going to play its part. It's a lot of situations going to play its part, but you just got to fight through because at the end of the day, you're going to realize that this was shit. Say, man, if you really like the show, and I assume that you like it because you're still listening to the show, but if you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. And if you are subscribed, please, write us a review. It helps people find the show, for one, and it also gives people an idea of what's going on in the show without actually listening. So, it attracts other people, and I'm just asking, if you don't want to, it's cool. If you do, God bless you. Now back to the show. Aspiring versus doing. These two things are pretty relative, I believe. A lot of people want to do stuff. And, I've been looking at social media, and I don't know why I'm on social media so much. But yeah, I've been looking at social media, and the one thing that I do pay attention to is people's bios. And a lot of things I see is aspiring this, aspiring that. I also do talk to a lot of people and they tell me what they want to do in their life. Because that's just a general question that I ask anybody that comes in contact with me. I just feel like that's important, If you want to surround yourself around people, at least get to know them. And what they want to do and how they want to do it and whatnot. So I do ask these people these things. And I do hear a lot of aspiring to do this and aspiring to do that. But what's most important is that your aspirations don't mean shit if you're not trying to do it. Talk about this a lot, about just doing stuff and just starting on whatever it is you want to start on. Why? Because literally once you start doing things that you want to do, you'll change your life. It's that simple. And I can't stress this enough. Wasting your time on doing certain things, it's not going to help you out. Wasting your time going to school when you feel like school is not for you, you're going to waste your time. I don't know. I don't feel like a lot of these people can say that they're aspiring to be something when they're wasting their time. Like I said, there's no reason to have a backup if you're so confident you are going to ride out with your plan A. I used to have a backup back in my day, and I just felt like I had everything situated. I was going to go to school for pharmacy. I don't know why. I just felt like, oh, well, yeah, I can change the environment and whatever. That shit's not going to do nothing for me. I don't feel like I need to be a pharmacist. They make good money, don't get me wrong, but they're also in a lot of debt when it comes down to student loans. And I saw that, and I changed that because I just didn't feel like that's what I wanted to do in life. But yeah, I did have in my bio aspiring pharmacist. Why? Because that's what I wanted. And I could have became a pharmacist, but here I am. I'm not, but yeah, like I said, here I am, just doing what I have to do, right? The problem with aspiring right now in this age is that we can aspire to be whatever we want to be, but we're not going to do it. The crazy thing is that we have all the resources in the world, literally at the palms of our fingertips. Literally at our fingertips, we have everything that we need. And it's crazy because a lot of us don't even use it. And we're on here looking around and we're listening to all these successful people talking. It's crazy because they say the same thing. I took a leap of faith and I just started doing what I was doing. Simple. I don't know. I don't understand why people don't understand these things. And I just feel like in order for us to change, in order for us to make change in our lives, that we just do it. I just feel like in this part of our lives right now, in this era that we're in, we have too much information, but yet everybody is so filled with information, but you're not even successful. You're not making moves. We got a lot of these people that are writing books about how to live life and, dealing with self-help. That's one thing that I started to slow down on with self-help, because a lot of these people that make these books and tell you how to live your life, they're not doing shit with their lives. They're not doing any better. You know, it's one thing to feel good for making somebody else feel good, but it's another thing to actually live that life so that you can actually talk about the experiences. I'm very honest with people about myself. I go through shit, but yet me going through that shit, I can talk about it and I can tell you how not to go through the same shit that I go through. Just plain and simple. It's a lot of information out here, but yet people are still listening to somebody that you don't even know, that they can be going through some crisis in their life right now. That's why I say aspiring versus doing. Don't listen to nobody. You can aspire all you want to. Niggas will say all you gotta do is think it and it will come to you. No, you gotta do that shit. You can aspire, like I said, but you're gonna take the long route in your life journey. Now my friend, you know, she wants to be an actor. And I told her, hey, like, do you read any scripts, monologues? Do you read books, plays, whatever? And the answer is no. So how do you want to be this actor, this profound actor, but yet you don't do nothing, no practice, no nothing? Two people, Lupita and I think his name is Duke Winston or Winston Duke. I don't know. It's the guy that played M'Baku. M'Baku. Did I say it right? I don't know. But two people that went to Yale, studying the arts department, and they literally watched Avengers together in 2012, and they said to themselves that they were going to be in the next movie or just be out there. And look at them now on fucking Black Panther. It's one thing to say I was gonna do it or I'm going to do it, but it's another thing to actually do it. And they did it. And that is a prime example that I'm gonna leave off with, because it doesn't get more simpler than that. Just do the damn work. A lot of people have issues with procrastinating and whatever. Like, it's just simple things like that, but you're only detrimental to your own life. And that's all I can say about that, because you don't affect me. You just won't live your life the way you want to live it. And you can't blame anybody else but you. You know, I hear a lot of people talk about, oh, well, it's the government. Oh, well, they don't want to see the black man succeed. Nah, bro, it's you. It's you. Literally. But I don't know. I can't really talk about everybody else's situation. I can just talk about myself. And I'm here to say, nigga, just do that shit. Yeah, something's wrong with y'all's president, man.
We have to take steps to harden our schools so that they're less vulnerable to attack. This includes allowing well-trained and certified school personnel to carry concealed firearm. At some point, you need volume. Now, I don't know that a school is going to be able to hire 100 security guards that are armed. Plus, you know, I got to watch some deputy sheriffs performing this weekend. They weren't exactly Medal of Honor winners, all right? The way they performed was, frankly, disgusting. They were listening to what was going on. The one in particular, he was early. Then you had three others that probably a similar deal a little bit later, but a similar kind of a thing. You know, I really believe, you don't know until you test it, but I really believe I'd run in there even if I didn't have a weapon. And I think most of the people in this room would have done that too, because I know most of you. But the way they performed was really a disgrace.
I don't understand. You know, a lot of this stuff is still going about gun control. And, you know, somebody brought to the point where, how do we fix gun control? Well, at least around schools and these certain areas where guns are permitted. You see, the school is a gun-free zone, meaning that nobody with a gun can be 10 miles close to the school. I think it's 10 miles close to the school with a gun, or you're going to face the repercussions, which is it's not good. Among saying that, what if the resolution to gun control, at least school shootings, is to not make the school gun free? And this is what they've been saying. You know, a lot of shit won't happen if one person can walk in with a gun. You know, it's crazy to say that, you know, if there was somebody else on the campus with a gun, or two people on the campus with a gun, homeboy wouldn't be so trigger happy to go and shoot out in school. because he never knows where it's gonna come from. Just saying. That's just something that I've heard, and it sounds okay, but it's just like just allowing guns on the campus. It's not pretty. They're talking about trying to arm the teachers. That's not the right thing to do. I don't know, and I really don't know what the resolution to this is. A lot of these companies are starting to pull away from the NRA. It was a lot of companies too that they're pulling away from them. Well, we don't know if they're going to pull away from them for so long. Some people are like to do things publicly but go back secretly. That's how these companies are. And a lot of these stores are starting to say, okay, well, you can't buy guns until you're 21. Still, you're telling a 21-year-old, yeah, like, you can't buy a gun until, you can tell an 18-year-old that, yeah, you can't buy a gun until you're 21. That to me doesn't make sense, because to me at 21, I still don't have my head straight. So, I don't know. I don't feel like that's the answer. That's just a cop out, Like, let us compromise on something. Let's just say 21, because 21 is the age where, you're supposed to have the right state of mind. Another thing that they're trying to do is say that, well, yeah, let's just fix the mental health part of it. To me, when we talk about mental health, the next person doesn't give a fuck about you. So let's just not say that the government cares about you to that point, that they want to fix your mental, right? This is the same government that will prosecute you for drugs because they care about you, but they put drugs in the communities and allow things to go on just so that they can make money. Like, this is all a chain. So let's see what happens when they try to quote unquote fix the mental health issue. Once they deem you unfit, they can do whatever they want. But then that can get out of control and they can say, oh, well, you're insubordinate. Oh, well, you're mentally unfit. It's just simple shit like that. Like, they can pick on you for anything. And I just don't see that that's the point. That's not the issue. One of the craziest things that I've been thinking about is that every single shooting, every single type of attack on man is by a man. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Females, they're very calm and collected and, they have sense. But men, I don't know. And that's where it starts from. One thing that's very important to me, and that I've taken into the account just from a male's perspective, that men go through so much. Men have so much on their backs that they have to deal with. And then on top of that, you have to be masculine on top of your problems. Like, there's no way you can be insecure. There's no way that you can show your feelings without being ridiculed by the next man. And that's got to stop, because who knows where one can be if we sat there and we helped each other out. You never know what somebody's going through. That's just something that we have to live with and we have to acknowledge. You never know until somebody says something. That's why suicide rates are high. That's why these men start to act out. And I don't know. To me as a man, and I've come out in certain situations and I've been vulnerable with certain people just because that's just what I need to do to be sane, because literally anybody can act out, And I don't want to be that person. Anybody can commit suicide, and I don't want to be that person. I don't want to be harboring up all these feelings and all these emotions because society won't accept somebody that's frail and soft and just willing to show their emotion. And, as people, dealing with women, we need to be more acceptable of things like that. I don't know. It's still a thought and process, but just take it for what it is, that men are in so much trouble right now. And the way society is making it look, we need help. And this is not cry for help. I'm just saying, like, this is just from a man's perspective that we go through a lot. And society doesn't play its part. Society is not helping us at all, especially as a minority. I'm telling you, for me, as a nice brown-skinned young fellow that I've had to carry the load of my family and expect to have the same positive outlook on life and just be this person that's respectable to everybody else, but you don't know what's going on. Because then I have to maintain my composure around certain things, and it's not easy. It's not. But hey, I don't know. These are just the issues of a black man in America. Trying to keep a job, trying to provide for his family. But yet you still facing some type of discrimination at your workplace, discrimination on the streets, just simple shit like that. But I don't know. Like I said, it's still a thought. If you know somebody that's going through something, if you know somebody, just in general, conversation always helps. You never know what that person is going through, like I said. It's really important, especially males, because we go through a lot. And I'm not trying to minimize on the problems of a woman. It's just that these niggas crazy. And that's just the easiest way I can say. Now, words of wisdom. Now it's time for words of wisdom. Something that I came across. Top 7 self-sabotaging behaviors. Which one is yours? Focusing on negativity, making fear-based decisions, focusing on the past, consistently comparing, settling for less, pushing people away, and procrastinating. Which one are you? You see, we make detrimental moves to our lives, and we pretty much, like I said, if possible, ruin our own destiny because we like to sabotage things. We sabotage our relationships with people. We sabotage just what's going good for us. And why do we do that? I don't know. We all go through different shit in life. Now, I can say for sure that this ain't gonna help you. None of this shit's gonna help you. I just listed 7 things. None of this shit is gonna help you to be where you wanna be. If you wanna sabotage yourself, so be it. I've seen a friend, a really close friend, sabotage themselves. Try to help this person, and I don't know what to do at this point. I just feel like if somebody's out there trying to help you out, just take what it is, take it for what it is, and go on. Like, nothing hurts more than seeing somebody sabotage their own life, and I've seen that a couple times. I told my homie, hey, just relax. Don't go to these parties like that by yourself. You're gonna get pregnant if you wind up with these different people. And what happened? You got pregnant. And there's nothing wrong with pregnancy, but something that's not planned is not good at a young age. You just got into college. Look, my advice to each and every one of y'all is to look into your life and see the wrong, acknowledge the wrong, and move forward. My name is Joshua, and I'm out.
Hey man, fuck all the bullshit. Ain't no rules to this shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Do what the fuck you want to do out here. If you want to go be a DJ, be a DJ. You want to strip, go strip, my nigga. Do what the fuck you want to do. Ain't no rules to this shit. We out here. Stay determined, beloved.